for 15 years about this stuff. And we always say it's harder than everyone thinks. It costs more and it takes longer to get your first check, right? Than you ever imagine, right?
Oh, yeah.
And
I came in thinking I'd sell a house immediately. It's like, I'm going to sell a house by June. And no.
Keep stacking.
Yeah.
Destiny, you always got your dad to talk to.
I do. I bug him a lot. Yes, ma'am.
And you have the right name.
I know. It works. It works.
Yes, you do. All right.
They may have a team one day. Destiny, you ever thought about that?
Later on in the future, baby.
You and your dad?
No, I can't work with him, Miss Faye. You know better.
Okay, then.
You know him.
I'm sorry.
1 minute, John. 1 minute.
Yeah. Destiny, you have a great name. My name Moran, people call me moron all the time, right? And I guess they're both working accurately.
Not all of us, John.
And my wife, her last name, her maiden name is Butts. So we're swimming against it most of the time.
Man.
Julie. What's going on out west? Are we on? No, yeah, 1 minute. Scottsdale's kind of like us. We operate in the same environment.
Except we're hotter.
Yes, maybe. Yes, for sure.
We're cooling down. It's
this is a good time of year.
It's pitch black outside because it's 5:59, but it's a beautiful 67. Ooh, yay.
So Scottsdale goes all in. Let me ask you something. It's October 13th. They have all the Christmas stuff up everywhere?
Halloween.
Oh, yeah. Halloween's making a comeback. Have you noticed that lately?
Halloween is huge here.
Yeah, it's making a big comeback. It used to be gone for a while.
Huge.
Adults love it. Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and start. I got a lot of stories about Halloween. We'll talk after when it's adults and drinks. Anyway, I saw this and I thought it was really cool. And I think it's apropos to what we've been talking about. You're under no obligation to remain the same person you were a year ago. You are here to create yourself continuously. Guy said that. I thought that was cool, right? Matter of fact, if you are the same person you were a year ago, that's probably a problem because stuff changes. All right. Now, fundamentally, you need to be the same, I think, but you got to have some flexibility to adjust to new information that comes in. And new information is always coming in. So just something I thought was kind of cool. Be willing to consider as life comes at you. Remember those commercials? Life comes at you pretty fast. Remember those things? I tell you what, this week has been one of those weeks for me where we've had a lot coming at us really fast. And I'm guessing y'all are going to have that too at some point, or everybody does, right? And when stuff happens that isn't great, do not let it get you. I mean, let it get you for a minute because, I mean, we're all human, but don't let it keep you down. You got to be tough, right? Times are tough, be tougher. Here, I want to talk about something real quick that we were just talking about. So everybody gets this. Can you all see that? Time and years?
Yes.
Okay, so Destiny, think about it this way. This is your income, right? The longer you work, the more we hope to make some money. Well, really, it's going to, well, yeah, let's just leave that there. So it's going to go up and to the right. Longer you work, the more money you're going to make, is our theory. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
The issue is it doesn't look like that line. It's not that consistent. What happens is you have some big years and then you have some not so great years. Some big years and some not so great years, and so on and so forth. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And what the real world is, you make your money in these short little periods of windows, right? There's a run of maybe 2 or 3 years where you make a lot of money. And then you got this down, bottoming out, where not much. Then it's got to come back. And if you stay in the game and you stay active and you keep growing, you got another window where you make a bunch of money. And then everything cools off and you go back down. You got to play the game, stay in it. and then you're gonna have another window. So the key is to stay in it long enough to make that money, and to stay active long enough. Like right now, I know Gary talked about this. He made a bulk of his money came after the Great Recession, when prices came down, and then he started buying. And then when the prices jumped like they did, he made a lot of money because he had a lot of land and a lot of stuff, right?
Mhm.
He had a lot of money that he invested in other people that were growing really fast. He ain't making a whole lot of money right now. All right. But the thing is, he doesn't expect, I don't think, I don't know, I've never had a chance to ask him, but my impression is he's not intending to make a lot of money right now. His intention is to set up to grab the next wave so he can make a lot of money in that little period of time. The same thing has happened in my particular life. I have more years where I'm not making big money. But the cool thing is, the longer it's gone on, the few little peaks I've had, I've made more and bigger money in those periods of time, because I've had some access to capital and some things, more knowledge to take advantage when they hit. So this is really cool to anybody who's doing anything, because right now we're in the downsides. So if you're doing well in the downside, you have some really good times ahead of you. All right. Does that make sense? Y'all get that? Would you agree with me on that, Jeff? You got anything to add to that?
Yes, I
It's
agree.
very important, yep, that you don't buy, that's what we always talk about. Don't buy new houses, new cars, don't live beyond your means in the good times. Save it for the bad times, and then you can make a killing on investments then.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's very optimistic, because I'll guarantee you, there are more good times coming. Perhaps if you read the news or watch TV or something, it's probably the end of times, apparently. Maybe even today. I guess today's the thing. It's Friday the 13th. Maybe that's it. At any rate, we're in a tough time where the number of transactions have dropped. I was just reading in the Wall Street Journal the number of cars, people are owning their cars longer than they ever have. Let's talk about this for a quick minute, and then we'll get into how to win the day. But this made sense. Jeff and I were talking about this. During the pandemic, when people left work and they were staying home, businesses spent a lot of money to lure people to work, right? Come join my firm. I'll pay you big money. You can work from home 3 days a week. Hell, every day of the week, work from home. We'll buy you this. We'll give you that. We'll give, because I need people. And so they paid a lot of money, and they got these people in, and these people have these great jobs, and they're going to work from home. They get all this stuff. But now these companies behind it, or even these companies, are looking at their bottom line, their balance sheets, going, holy crap, we can't afford this. I can't hire people behind them and give them the same salary and the same benefits and the same everything, which is unfortunate for these people coming out of college now, right? Or unfortunate for the people that are going to be coming out of college. They're going to get screwed. And it just sucks, because the price of houses massively up, right? The price of cars massively up, but wages aren't there. It's just, as a matter of fact, we had a big tech layoff last few years. So it's really hard. People are locked into their houses that they own. The cars, they're not going to buy a new car because the price of a car is exceptionally expensive. I can make my current one last. And so the age of cars now in America is stretching to the people who've owned their cars for long. Anybody here have a new car?
No,
Nobody's getting cars. It's weird. Maybe it's not weird, because cost of a car is extraordinary.
2 years
Yeah.
old.
Yeah. So all this stuff is happening, and it needs to happen because consumerism needs to slow down so inflation stops. But there's going to be an angry generation coming behind us, because the baby boomers got it all. They got all the money. Their house is worth $1 gazillion. They're not working anymore, so they don't care about that. And they can afford anything. So that's kind of what's going on. So just Just know that in the back of your mind as you're going through here. That transaction is going to be light, which means your income will likely be light, and you're in a down cycle. You're in the winter, according to Jim Rohn, right? But I wish I could talk like Jim Rohn. What comes after the winter? The spring. And if you plant enough seeds, you will get this harvest or you'll have the summer, you'll have the harvest in the fall, all that stuff. And it's absolutely true. So let's talk about what I wanted to talk about today. You have anything to add to that, Jeff?
Nope, it's good.
Okay. Okay. Just some.
John, I'll
foundational
add
stuff.
something to that. I
What's that?
read something where people are not missing their house payments, but they're missing their credit card payments and their car payments right now.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes.
And-
That's the beginning.
I watched something with Brian Buffini yesterday, and Brian is a huge tracker of numbers with, his own numbers, Wells Fargo, other sources, Lawrence Yun. And he says for the real estate industry, the recession's behind us. But for a lot of people in terms of
For
job
the
economy,
residential home industry.
right. But for a lot of other reasons, there's going to be some pain ahead, but that interest rates are going to be dropping first quarter of next year.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't either.
I've been in coaching with Buffini since 1999, and he's never predicted anything wrong in my experience. Ever.
Okay.
Let's hope.
Right? So, all right,
Yeah,
let's,
let's
I
hope.
like it. I like it. And I don't mean to pop a bubble, but it's at what, 7 point whatever right now?
Mhm.
How much is it going to drop, do you think?
He says by the end of the year into the 5.5 range, and it'll start dropping end of first quarter, beginning of second quarter.
Down to 5.5. Okay. I think.
And then into the
5.5 might be a
fours in
number they're trying to get to,
2025.
'cause- What's that?
And then into the fours in 2025. So plant your seeds and reap what you sow, to use your
That's right.
your
I
Meta-
hope that happens. Because you know what's going to happen? When they go to 5.5, the price of everything's going to go way high. So buy. Be an
Yes.
owner,
Mhm.
be a landlord, don't be a renter. Cool. I like that. I hope that's true. I don't know if I believe it, but I also believe the Bears have a good team, which is proving not to be true. So go figure. So let's get into some other thing. I don't know. We're kind of all over the board today, but I had a tough week. I have one of our people on our team, her daughter got hit by a car, for God's sake. What a thing, right? She's in the hospital, hit and run, even worse. So she's been out. Another person on our team, or somebody in her family died. It just seems like a lot of stuff in the market sucks and blah, 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 right? So here's the thing. I want everybody to know, if you're getting any of that, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of that out there, get through it. Because tough times happen. But like we were said earlier, they're always followed by good times. All right. Unless you extend them out by not doing anything, right? You can extend your bad times, just like you can extend your good times. So what do you do? One, you show up, right? Sucks. You show up. You know what? You show up more, not less. I'm kind of weird. I don't know if it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. Like when I start feeling sick, run down, worn out, just not feeling well, I exercise like I'm a freaking Olympian. I turn it up, and I find myself forgetting that I wasn't feeling great, and I'm fine, right? When I find my business is slowing, not going great, I turn it up. I go more. I go all in, and I'm usually swearing and yelling and throwing stuff, but I'm hyper focused, hyper in, and hyper. But it works. It works for me. I don't know if it works for you, but I'm pretty sure everybody's got something that works for them that doesn't look like hiding. that doesn't look like turtling, that doesn't look like, well, let's wait and see what happens. Do not. Don't let the market, we've said this before, don't let the world happen to you. You're happening to the world. You get a chance to live a life by your design, right? Destiny is taking it on. She's like, all right, I'm in it. We're going to play this game. We're going to play this game. Let's go, right? Do not be a passenger. Be the driver on your boat, right? Jeff, you got anything to add on that?
So much there we could talk about it. Successful people show up at work. It's funny how that works. The 21 years I've been at Keller Williams and the team leader for 16 or whatever it was, the people's cars who showed up in the office every day won. They figured out how to win. So you did the right thing. You got your real estate license. You went through the process. You thought about it. You did it. And here you are. So the most important thing, I think, is successful people. Even look at Gary. It doesn't matter who it is. Gary should have quit like 5 times. He went broke a couple times. He got divorced. His partner had problems. He had to buy him out. Remax came to town, took all of his people. He could have quit every one of those times, but he didn't. He persevered through it. And look at the success that he's had now, right? So the same thing can happen to you. John's an example. Him and I used to be him and I in the office yelling at each other. It's going to get better. It's going to get better. And we made it through.
Now it's Jeff and I and you all.
Yeah, that's right. We made it
Nobody
through.
else
Here
here.
we are. You can do it.
Right?
Keep pushing.
Yeah, because there's good times coming. I'll guarantee you. You know why? Because we know interest rates are gonna be at 5.5 here pretty quick. So bye.
Julie said,
Guys.
we're going
Bye.
to challenge Julie. Yeah. Okay.
I love it. So show up and show up more. Turn it on. If you're gonna make 20 contacts, make 30. Anybody can make 30 or 20 can make 30. If you're gonna preview one property, go preview 2 or 3. If you're gonna study for 30 minutes, study for an hour. Be so good that the world can't ignore you, right? That's as simple as that. And since it's Friday, what you're going to want to do, whether you had a good week, if you had a good week, great, turn it up. Let's have a great week. There's really no reason why it can't be a great week. If you had a marginal week that maybe ain't so great, turn it up. Turn it up, people. Turn it up and go home feeling good about what you did. It changes everything. It literally will change your weekend and push you into next week, which is so cool. I don't care if you have from 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock, you crush it. Whatever, before you leave, crush it. Something, right? Does that make sense? So there you go. Good times are coming. If you're already having them, then really, really good times are coming. Do more. That's what I got. Anybody else want to add to that?
What you have to do is get to the other side of this. This is a shifting market. We're already seeing agents quitting. Don't quit. People are putting their license in, voluntary, inactive, whatever. Do not be those people. At the other side of this, there'll be 40% less realtors, and the commission availability was going to go up like crazy, and you will probably make more money than you've ever made in your life, which is why you probably got your license, was to change the future. Keep it going.
And get yourself around people that are wanting bigger things. Don't let anybody pull you down. You want to be the smallest, dumbest, well, I shouldn't say dumbest, less informed, whatever person in any room you're in. That's the way you grow. That's the way you get better. All right. Go to bigger rooms. Okay. It's weekend. Let's go have some fun. Have stories on Monday. All right.
Yeah.
No jail time though. Okay. Let's go. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.